Hola, bienvenidos y gracias por venir. Me llamo Manuel Colon y de verdad es un gran honor tener la oportunidad de darles las bienvenidas a los padres, los amigos, los parientes y todos los invitados que vinieron esta noche para celebrar con la clase de 2010. Y como me siento más cómodo hablando en inglés y también sé que los programas bilingües pueden ser un poco largos, para la duración de mi discurso voy a guardar un poco de nuestro tiempo y hablar en inglés. Phew, not only is English my first language, but I've been taking Portuguese for the last semester, so there's a couple of confusing questions or sentences to put together. But once again, my name is Manuel Colon, and it truly is an honor to be speaking at Congratulatory tonight. Since my first time at Congratulatory my sophomore year, I thought to myself, when I'm a senior, I'm going to go up there and speak. I didn't have a clue what I'd talk about or what a good graduation topic might be. But I just figured I'd do it. And for anyone who know me, allowing me the spotlight with this microphone, for all of you to watch me, probably wasn't a good idea. I'll be right back. Just kidding. But when I was chosen as a speaker, I was forced to think about what appropriate topic was. And one of my charges was to talk about the experience that we in the class had had. So like any good college student that needed to do research, I turned to Wikipedia to help me. Let me tell you, over these last 2 years, we've had some really interesting things take place. Pluto is no longer considered a planet after all of our education up to this point. Barack Obama was elected president, our first president-elect this year. Kosovo declared its independence from Serbia. Fidel Castro is no longer the president of Cuba. Sonia Sotomayor, the first Latina, was appointed to the And more locally, for those of us who were here on campus in 2006, we witnessed the aftermath of tacos and tequila. We saw the removal of Chief Illini as the university's official mascot. We saw the successful strike of the GEO that secured tuition waivers for TAs and graduate assistants. We were here for the resignation of our president, chancellor, and 6 board of trustees. Our football team went to the Rose Bowl. The H1N1 swine flu virus halted our campus operations, and the Cubs didn't win the World Series. But more than recognizing the past, I'm also excited for acknowledging what the future may hold for us in this campus. With the resignation of those 6 trustees, we saw the ushering in of our 3rd Latino trustee, Mr. Carlos Tortolero, a vacancy in representation since 1999. Additionally, as an employee of the Latino Studies program, I'm very excited at the idea that this time next year we can have a graduate who can officially call themselves the Latino Studies major as recognized by the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences.
Oh, wow.
As a Latino community, we are redefining the American profile. Our communities are unique in our language, our historical ancestry, and our cultural influence. So with any national issue, healthcare, immigration, education reform, the economy, whatever, to discount and not credit the Latino influence would be very neglectful. And while we may be the leading minority group in the United States as far as number and populations go, quantitative measures do not equate power structure. Thus, we must use our strength in numbers to continue fighting for the civil liberties and rights that are frequently not afforded to us. A notable example that comes to mind is Arizona's SB 1070. We as a community need to come together and demand that legalized government-sponsored racial profiling does not belong in our world of 2010.
No.
All of our Latino brothers and sisters, Arizonans or not, undocumented or not, and say, "Ya basta, shame on you, Arizona." We are inheriting an exciting and challenging world, and I know that we can step up to the plate and be successful. And that is why we are honoring you, each graduate tonight, for your successful completion of college with the hopes and desires for your successful impact on this world. As we all know, there are 1,001 graduation ceremonies going on and around campus this week. Departmental level, college level, all campus commencement, etc. And when I explained to my friends and family that I'll be participating and I'll be congratulatory, they asked, why the separate one? What's the point? And I really didn't know what the answer was. So, as someone from a hard science background, I use data and statistics to help me understand things. And that's what I'll use tonight to help answer that question for you all. According to the Manhattan Institute of Policy Research, the state of Illinois ranks 20 in Latino high school graduate rates at 55%, meaning roughly half of our peers in high school didn't make it out with us. An even smaller number amongst those graduates matriculate into college, and according to the Pew Hispanic Center, only 16% of Latinos will graduate with a bachelor's degree. So, if you're keeping up with my math, that means that those of us graduating here tonight represent only 2% of the Latino population in this country, and even smaller for graduate and professional degrees. So when I have to consider that sitting in front of me tonight is the top 10% of educated Latinos that this country has to offer, I have to ask, why wouldn't we have it? Our turn to shine and recognize our successes and achievements. But more than our graduation being a personal accomplishment, you have to consider what it means for your family, your neighborhood, and the entire community. Personally, I know that when I cross the stage later on tonight, more than just being the graduation of Manuel Colon, it represents the day that Amelia and Miguel Colon, my parents, can say that all 3 of their children are college graduates. Woo! Experience of being first generation in any sense of the phrase. My parents were born here, my grandparents were citizens, and as stated, I'll be the last in my family to graduate. However, I can only imagine how tough it must have been to puzzle through the understanding of how FAFSA worked, knowing how to schedule campus visits, or deciphering the lingo that the financial aid office uses. And while I don't mean to discredit the experience of my first generation brothers and sisters, I do want us to acknowledge all of us who helped us along the way. Whether it was your parents who had faith in you to send you here in the first place, your siblings that stood up late to hear you complain about how scary and large campus was, or your friends that offered their undying support. Whoever that person or people may be, they're probably in this room tonight, shining down and looking at you proudly. So class of 2010, what I'd like us to do is recognize them for helping us get to where we are. So if you can please rise, turn around, and give them applause.
Can't see her short ass. That's totally gonna come out of your video. Let's keep talking shit. No, shut up.
Last year we said, congratulations, class of 2009. And this year we were saying, best of luck, class of 2010.
Yeah.
But whatever challenge or obstacle we may be facing in our life, I can almost guarantee that they're not our first.
And all look dark. Looks dark as hell.
So we will bring
your kid looks dark
and continue to triumph and succeed as we've been doing for the whole rest of our life. Having the opportunity to know many of you personally, I know that we can do it. So in conclusion, class of 2010, I wish that you go into this world and do well. But more importantly, I wish you to go into this world and do good. De nuevo, felicidades, congratulations, and thank you.